Well, long story short, Tripp was no match for me. I maimed him. Something awful, really. And I dragged his body about a mile all the way to the southern bump, which at the time was the most highly trafficked exit from the tower. I found an old oak, hung him upside down from it so his lifeblood would spill rapidly into the soil, and upon his chest I pinned a note that read, "Keep 'em coming." And just like that, I became the most feared boogeyman Nola has seen since the Axeman.
Reserve key.
Casey, good news.
Good news? Hell, tourist. I would classify that as fucking outstanding news.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to jinx it, but... No, you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Best not to risk the jinx. Let's just forge ahead. One step at a time. Okay, so, the part to repair the final pump. Gosh, I don't have much to go on. It's weird. There's been really faint chatter about it on a few channels. It's been nothing but static for months.
What about that?
There's an outpost called Bastion, set up in a heavily defended duplex home. Barricades and optimal sight lines. The Reclaimed currently control it. Now, the place has been a hotbed of conflict between Tower and Reclaimed for a while. From what I'm hearing, that's where it is, so be ready for a shitstorm. Good luck, and hey, keep your head on a swivel.
Don't you worry. We've been through a lot of poop storms recently, and I think we're quite capable now. And if not, we'll just try again. And again. And again. So today's adventure is going to be in a bit of a reserve base. That's kind of fun. We've got bolt action rifles. I always have to check every time. Knives. We got loads of little robot bombs from our last trip. Plenty of weapons. Oh, we got our little nail grenades in case we wanted to kind of like toss them through doors and stuff, which is really cool. This knife's on its way out, so presumably I'm going to need to switch it when the time comes. And other than that, hopefully health and everything's good. Yeah, pretty good. Cool. Let's just waste no time. We've got to get the final pump, and then hopefully when we get back, the reserve key's going to be there. And then it's all coming together. The big climax. Hopefully. Did he say Rampart? He said Bastion, didn't he? Bastion. Rain? I didn't know this game had rain. Have we been to the Bastion? I'm not sure. At least not in the rain. Gold building at the back, blue building at the side. Then we've got a street called Walnut. I love rain! This is really cool. But I don't know where I'm going. And apparently rain scares off the zombies too. So this way to the blue house, that way to the gold house. Blue. We'll go blue. Nothing. There's just nothing. Ooh, more wood though. We've had a serious problem with wood scraps back at the base, so that sounds like a good idea. Whoa, look at the spotlights. I'm telling you, this atmosphere is something else. It's incredible. So that way is nothing in particular. This is our blue house that someone's really had an accident with. Guess we'll go say hello. Hello? Anyone inside? This place is so dead. Get it? This looks good. Let's listen to this.
Our enemies are weak. They lack conviction, lack purpose. They spread nothing but lies about us. That's all they can offer. A pile of bullshit. They have no vision for the future. They are hopeless swine. All they want is to see us burned. And why is that? They envy our success. That's why. They know we are strong. They know we refuse to be swayed. They know we are united. And it drives that half-wit charlatan of theirs mad with envy. They don't understand loyalty or sacrifice. We do. Because we are guided by principle. And these principles have seen us through the worst horrors imaginable time and time again. We all know what kind of animals they are. We all know that they stand for nothing. They are empty, depraved psychopaths, every last one of them. They must be dealt with swiftly and without mercy before they can poison everything we have worked so hard to achieve. The tower will always stand. Georgia.
You know, every time someone has like a big radical, like, I know exactly what we should do about this problem, and I've got this really strong voice, and I know how we should fix it, and I think these people are terrible. Have we not learnt to just ignore that now? You know? I get people can be passionate, but this day and age you have to be more reasonable than passionate, I find. Otherwise you're just in a world of problems. Chances are you're going to be with someone that you really don't want to follow. Like Georgia. Oh, I've got millions of these again. Brings back memories to the school. Looks like they've been having a hell of a party in here. Or a one-man party. It's hard to say. Either way, we're going to either get horrendously jump-scared by whatever is snuck in here, if anything is lurking in here, or it really is just completely dead. One of the two. Family eaten alive. Yeah, I think we've moved on from that. Things have gone a lot further since then. This is probably the coolest place we've ever visited. Meet me where the jazzmen play, 4828. Another code. I don't think that's the one we looked at yesterday, because I doubt the jazzmen played in a burnt out building like that. Mysterious key slot? Or is that connected to something that's kind of going through the wall? That's quite mysterious. I think it might be that lamp. It's hard to say. I've got one thing that's all about literature, but I really don't think that this is it. Nah, okay. Worth a try. All these material goods that we just don't really care about anymore. Bottles and stuff. We've learned to use them on the fly should we need them. It's kind of the strategy for most of these now. Why can't I pick up the small log but not the big one that's going to give me more wood? It's very disappointing. Wow, okay. One-hand He-Man jump. I'm still concerned that no one's here. This whole place looks like we should have snuck in. But we didn't. How can I play Saints and Spinners if there's no one to spin? Ow. I keep going for the book and slitting my wrists instead. It's the worst. Also, maybe this is the gold building. They look too good to be true. There was a noise. Like a grudge noise. Like a... Exactly like that. I've also got little T-Rex arms that I'm walking around with, like this. That's how I'm walking around. T-Rex style. If they see me walking around, it's gonna be like, I'm just a dinosaur. This place is really cool. But I get the feeling like I'm gonna get sniped out the window in a second. So this is our gold building, which presumably has the other pump section in. There must be an ambush. That was paint. Oh, someone was crouched there. I have a feeling there is an ambush somewhere. I'm gonna go up this way, just in case. I feel like the front door is a big mistake here. Yeah, look at this. It should be absolutely ram-packed. Is it because I killed everyone in the last episode? The death squad was meant to live here, but they're now like an uber dead squad? So confused. Huh, that's annoying. I guess with an axe or something we'd be able to break that, but we don't really have that luxury. Ah! Take it. Explodes on impact when thrown. This can only go well. Ah! Alright, I've only got one more of these. Okay, I suck. I suck big time. Front door? Sounds good. Oh, I really don't like this. Why is no one here? Is the game bugged out? No, something's gonna happen. This house is far too unique to let it go unanswered. Just keep the Bible close. Hopefully God will get us through this. Listen to the ambience. Oh, it's heavy. Any secret climby spots? Is there even a horde today? Doesn't even look like there's a horde. It's just a show and tell level. Did I go to the wrong place? Okay, no, it's in the Bastions. I got that bit right. Okay. That's good. By the way, if I have to make a decision on the fly, it's probably going to be Sinner. At this rate. Okay. We found someone. I don't even know what he has to say, but we're going to spin.
You may.
Mr.
I didn't doubt that you would, of course, but my patience was beginning to be tested.
JB.
Let's start with a formal. You made it. You made it. I didn't doubt that you would, of course, but my patience was beginning to be tested. Let's start with a formal introduction. You are the tourist, and I am Jean-Baptiste. JB for short. There now, we can proceed to matters of more profound consequence. It is my understanding that this gizmo here would be of use to you. It's all yours. Consider it a gift. And when we are finished with our conversation, I will provide you with the missing dial that you'll need to operate it. Sound fair?
Maybe. Ooh. There goes my camera. Okay, fixed it. Right, Jean-Baptiste. Let's see what life has in store for you. Or I should say, fate, really. It might result in life. There's a good chance it might result in death. Hey, cigarettes too. Smoke them if you can. And we got... Oh, red. It's actually quite interesting. Alright, what's your game?
Sounds fair.
Terrific. Now, I prefer to play it straight. Once I received word that you were collecting these devices, and to what purpose, I saw an opportunity to connect with the city's most illustrious survivor and have a chat about the reserve. So I made it a priority to acquire one, through various means I will not divulge. And now here you are. It is my hope when I am through, you will see the reserve for what it is. Nothing more than a crutch, holding back the people of this fine city from regaining themselves.
Wow. You can tell why this guy's the leader of the Reclaimed. He's so edgy. Ah, found a chair too. I mean, it doesn't exist, but I found one in real life, so that's pretty good. Cigarette?
You've piqued my interest. Go on.
I am a firm believer in the greatness of humankind, our ingenuity, our art, our towering scientific achievements. This reserve nonsense, even if the rumors about what may be inside it exceed our wildest dreams, the bounty will only prolong our addiction to survivalism as the only path in life. It will stifle our creativity. It will eventually lead to our withering doom. Now, this is the proposal that I have for you. Continue your search for the reserve, and when you unearth it, which I have the utmost confidence you will, destroy it. These 4 numbers will disable the entire flood contingency system. Mother Nature will rage through the reserve and take care of the rest.
You're crazy. Oh no, you've given us an option. That's very bad news.
1006. Flood the reserve and set us all free. Give this still glorious city the jump start it needs to refocus on something much grander than mere survival. Grant us hope, tourist, and thank you, most sincerely, for hearing me out. And let's keep this chat between us, if that's all right. I'm not sure my comrades would see the big picture benefits of removing the reserve from the equation. The floor's now yours, my friend. Anything on your mind that requires clarity?
Yeah, what school did you go to get so cool and edgy? You're like the G-Man of this universe, pulling strings and pushing things in your direction. I love it. How do you know?
I want your perspective on the reserve.
Uh-huh.
If the rumors about what's inside the reserve are true, wouldn't it benefit the Reclaim to get your hands on it?
You are absolutely correct. But once those supplies are gone, then what? The same old fruitless pursuits. And there is the very distinct possibility that the tower gets to it before we do. The only way to guarantee this city will move forward in the proper direction is to remove the reserve from the equation entirely.
But the reserve is an enabler. So, like, who cares if, once it's up, what are we going to do? Go back to our survival instincts. You get the reserve, you get these items, and you use them to become great and build an empire that you can live off of. It enables creativity, it doesn't destroy it.
How did you find this code to flood the reserve?
One of my scouts came across the corpse of a National Guardsman in Rampart High School. The body had a manual for a bunker's flood defense system. I put two and two together.
You looted the bodies. Casey's not going to be happy.
Why choose me to destroy the reserve?
Because you're the one best equipped to find the accursed place, and I trust you will do the right thing when you do. Call it a hunch.
Oh, you're good.
I have some other questions for you, JB. I'm curious about the Reclaimed.
Yes?
I've heard snippets about the Reclaimed philosophy, but it would be enlightening to hear it from you.
It's simple, really. We want to live purposeful lives, reclaim the world and our humanity along with it. Mere survival is so petty. It's beneath us, forcing people to focus solely on survival. It's cruel, really. I believe we must invest in a future of our own design. Life is not worth living otherwise.
Uh-huh. I'm kind of with you there.
The Reclaimed have made quite a mark on the city. How did the movement get started?
After my exile from the tower for insubordination, I took to raiding their supply lines. Rather efficiently, I might add. No one ever got hurt, and other exiles clamored to join my operations. Needless to say, Mama and her cohorts were not pleased with my exploits, and they sent several communications asking me to cease my pillaging or there'd be consequences. Of course, I refused. Politely. No one was gonna dictate the terms of my existence anymore. But it wasn't until the tower started sending thugs out to track me down and end me that I decided it was time to send a message of my own.
I mean, you know what I said about, like, dictators and all that, and how, like, if they're just shouting nonsense, you probably want to, like, ignore them, and if they're a bit more reasonable. This is reasonable, but this is, like, like bordering on sort of psychotic Silence of the Lambs type reasonable, which is a little bit scary to say the least. So, you gotta be careful on both fronts. He's making sense, but he's making sense in a way that manipulates you. And that's weird.
What's with the gory rituals?
First one was a man I knew well in my brief tenure as a tower grunt. I'd even called him a friend. Trip was his name. Snuck up on me in the middle of sleep. Tried to slit my throat. Still carry the scar. Well, long story short, Trip was no match for me. I maimed him. Something awful, really. And I dragged his body about a mile all the way to the southern bump, which at the time was the most highly trafficked exit from the tower. I found an old oak, hung him upside down from it so his lifeblood would spill rapidly into the soil, and upon his chest I pinned a note that read, "Keep 'em coming." And just like that, I became the most feared boogeyman Nola has seen since the Axeman. Once I had fear on my side, the rest just blossomed naturally. Those with nowhere else to go wanted what I had, so they listened. And they learned. I empowered them. That's all people want. A sense that their lives still have some meaning.
It's the second time the Axeman's been mentioned in this series. Whoa. Little teaser for things to come.
I have some other questions for you, JB.
I like that he's just willing to sit here all day as well. But
I've heard
we're all done
enough.
for now.
Fair enough. Then we are finished here.
Agreed.
The dial, as promised.
Thank you kindly.
Godspeed, tourist.
I'll be seeing you later. The most feared boogeyman since the Axeman. I love that. He really did have a sense of power about him. Something that Mama never really had. A guy like him could never really serve under her. It makes sense. But my god, does he have that kind of like psychopath persuasiveness about him. It's like a weird coil around your neck, just kind of like pushing you to believe every word he says. Gobble it up. I understand why people followed him, but... Gah! I'm glad I'm a free man, put it that way. So, creepy conversation over. Am I allowed to leave? I like how he blocked up all the entrances to try and push me in the direction of meeting him personally. Very cool. Sneak under here. I wonder if the dead are all... Oh.
That's the tourist?
Don't hang around too long.
So tough.
Hi. Oh my good god. I think we'll spin before we confront them this time. It didn't work out last time, so I think it might work out this time. There is a lot of them! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I hope I got enough bandages, that's for sure. Spinner, I'm gonna need you to help me out here. Oh, you monster. Okay, let me, just gonna... Yeah, I'm out for a stroll. Hi!
Finally meet, tourist. After all the hype, you're not exactly what I expected. Thought you'd be more put together, bit more danger to your presence.
I hope that's thought.
You know who I am, but I'm not sure I know who you are. I have a guess, but...
I'm Georgia. Maybe you heard of me, maybe not. I could give two
Georgia.
shits. What does concern me is the man inside the building you just stepped out of. The time has come to silence him once and for all. Cut off the head that won't shut up. Rest of the reclaimed fools will fall back in line. Then us tower folk can get back to doing what's right, without all the noise.
Makes sense to me. Think you can take it?
From what I know about JB, it may take more than you and a couple of goons to take him down.
You a real smart-ass, tourist. I fucking love smart-asses. Especially when I've snipped the tongues out of their smart-ass mouths. But I'm willing to...
Okay, I started a war! She called me a name and I just couldn't take it. Woo-hoo, this shotgun really does have good range. I love it. Come in. No, I died! Oh, that was such a cool assault. What happens now? Are they still around? Oh god, they are still around. Okay, tourist number 2, I guess. Hello, I'm a clone. Are they just like shooting my dead body, or have they got JB2 now? At least I took Georgia out before I went. Oh no, they're still there. They're still waiting at the doors for me. Oh, there's a few zombies though. This guy didn't even move. Damn it. Is that a guy or a zombie? It looks more like a zombie. Oh yeah. It's making the zombie noises. They're looking the wrong way. Ooh. If I die here, I lose everything, so I really need to be alive. It's a long walk along there, and there's a barricade there anyway. If I could get up onto the roof somehow, I'd be able to you know, have at them. Maybe I can get it from the side. Ooh, okay. Looking at me. I've pretty much got 2 knives left, maybe 3. This one can only take 1 more, but this can probably take 2, so 3 swipes, 2 guys. God, they're just gonna sit there staring at me. Okay, let's try going out and round. Oh, if that's a working pistol, that's gonna be really what the doctor ordered. It looks like a working pistol. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 5 bullets. The Lord of Chaos has spoken. Oh, this didn't go well. Oh, he's got a mask on. Of course he does. Eat it. Okay, he's got quite a good distance on me. So we're going to need to bring him in somehow. Bait him in. Or at least waste some shots until he has to reload. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Oh! To the side! Okay, he's coming around. This is good.
Think about it.
Perfect. Damn. Really hoping I could have collected George's head today, but I think it popped. So this guy will have to do for souvenirs. Ah, a letter.
My dear Georgia, we have gone too far. This has to stop. We are not cruel. No matter what our community is facing right now, we have to remember our promise to the people. I understand the need to pivot when faced with a crisis, Georgia. Those responsible for the atrocities that led to the disease were brought to justice. We have to put the lessons we learned from all that tick business behind us. When I first learned that those animals were serving human flesh to our most desperate, simply to meet hunting quotas, I was enraged. But as difficult as it may be, I had to pivot. I had to try and understand the desperation that drove them to hunt human beings. Maybe our scavenging quarters were a misstep. Yes, punishment was warranted, but we cannot allow those horrors to color all the choices we make moving forward. We must help people, not abandon them. I have been changing course and making difficult decisions a majority of my life. We can figure this out. We can get this community back on the right track. I may be a bit compromised these days, but my mind is as sharp as ever. You need to be patient, and you need to trust me. You know, I have always thought of you as the daughter I never had.
Ooh, ouch.
Have I ever steered you wrong? We will return to better days. Your mama.
Oh, you know, that's the most human she's ever sounded. And she revealed that these guys eat human flesh? Is that true, or is that just needless propaganda? I really don't know. Something proximity mine sounds really good. Looks like it's some form of beer bottle mixed with a bunch of nails and stuff. Cool. Well, I hope JB's okay in there, because I lost a clone, and that sucks. Well, that's done that. That was fun, and we'll just pretend that this is Georgia. Or at least Georgia's right-hand man's good enough, I guess. I don't like the way it looks at me, though. Very creepy. Some difficult decisions ahead, though. We're gonna have to make a choice at some point, I guess, whether we side with the Reclaimed or the Tower. Ugh. I was all with the Reclaimed up until that letter. Now I'm really not so sure. And we also need to make a decision on whether we destroy the reserve or use it for good. Whether we keep it for ourselves, or whether we give it to the Tower, or whether we destroy it. 3 decisions. Ugh. Tell you what, it's gonna be some heavy stuff moving into tomorrow. That's for sure. The lantern is here. And I think I know what that means. Oh, we gotta go get it first. That could be our reserve key. There it is. Waterfall key. All that violence over one little key. Better be worth it. Oh, and there's her escaping with people in the boat.
Tourist, thank you, and goodbye. Maybe our paths will cross again. Maybe not. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Personally, I think you should follow us out of this doomed city. Like I said, you will be an asset to the Exodus. But you need to follow whatever story resides in your head. Just know that you are a part of my and Ambra's story, along with the stories of a couple dozen folks who might have been dead by the end of the week if it wasn't for your efforts. Ambra wanted to give you one more drawing. I think she hopes it'll sway your decision. Good luck, and I hope you find what you're searching for. May.
So sweet. So the exiled have gone. It leaves just me, the tower, and the reclaim left. And Casey, I guess, the last of the soldiers. I guess she left me one little piece of bread. Regen stamina faster. Fast until you sleep. Okay, let's unload. Gun. I'm gonna get rid of all the guns. Basic one, no. Gun, assault rifle. One of these will be working one day and it'll be the best thing I've ever done. Dirty. Wait, that was sterile. Oops. Oh, the wood. Yeah, we got 3 logs. That's actually quite decent. Okay. And your nose has started sticking out the helmet. That looks awful. Oh, God. That's even scarier than it was before. Terrifying. Boop. I guess. Yeah. You're more important because you're basically Georgia and you're just a nobody. I mean, kind of cool that you've got all this, like, helmet and stuff, and you do look really cool as a zombie, but what am I going to do with you? You know what? You can drive. You drive the bus. Nice. And this is much better. Casey, come in, Casey.
I'm back, Casey. Ready to repair the pump. You still alive?
Yeah, alive, but almost swimming.
Oof.
No turning back after this, tourist. We have to get after it. I'm running out of time. You prepared?
Once you talk to Casey, there's no turning back. Well, in that case, I'm gonna leave it there. So I guess...
Already.
Take care of your business. I'll wait.
Thank you, Casey. That... We'll find out what happens the next time. I think if we do one solid assault on the tower or the reserve or whatever the hell it's going to be, that's going to be an epic finale to hopefully finish off this series. I hope it's been fun. I hope you managed to get past some of the chanting that might have, been a bit much at times, and maybe some of the sin eruptions. But we're doing it, we're making our decisions, and we're getting through it. All people are on the table at the moment. We've let the exiled live, but everyone else is still in it. Well, apart from Georgia, she went pop, but everyone else, Mama's still there. So, God knows what's going to happen on the finish. This has really been chaos. There's not a single thing that I could have predicted in this series. It's just been madness. But the story hangs on, and I think that's really a credit for this game. No matter what you do, no matter who you kill, the story hangs on and it keeps going forwards. So, really cool stuff. So I hope you've been enjoying it. And again, if this is your first time to the series and you want to go back and see how we got here, then you can go and, go into the description. There's a playlist link and you can follow through that way. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you all in the next time for what is hopefully going to be the grand finale. My headset just crashed, so it's a perfect time to leave. So until then, goodbye!